Oh, I'm feeling down and I don't know why. Oh, I'm feeling down and I don't know why.
Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief? Is that what it says? See, we want to believe, but if we dig deep enough, we are afraid that we would find that it's actually our own shame that buries us deep inside our disbelief, that unbelief. Although there is no hole deep enough for you and I to dig for ourselves, yet shovel in hand, we sometimes spend the whole night filling up the hole of shame in our hearts, perhaps with anger, grief, tears, distractions, tangled up in fears, afraid to sit down and rest, too scared to look around in the dark, to assess the surroundings of our hearts. And even after we walk away from our sleepless toil, we wake up in the morning and update our statuses with a hashtag, joy comes in the morning, as we all put on our masks to walk away from what locks us down, yet masking our own feelings and not seeing that joy cannot be found when shame secretly covers up the scene of our souls with embarrassment like leaves that can be blown away. We turn down the volume on the subtle lies we quietly tell to ourselves, loudly tell to each other perhaps. Yet the sun sets again on our efforts, lonesome days of self-care that we spend on our own, trying to find ourselves. We find ourselves indeed afraid of our own shadows. On the darkest of nights, we find ourselves hearing unfamiliar voices that do not calm us down at all. So we go searching for ourselves again in the dark and cannot even remember where we buried the value that you, God, have given us. We find ourselves walking around in circles, beside ourselves, confused, not knowing where to look anymore, with eyes of the heart so damaged by trying to see in the dark. We see you drawing near and recognize that it is you actually who's helping us to see better, for you are the light that reveals what is hidden beneath the surface. Your love has the power to unearth those broken pieces of ourselves, crumbling under pressure. Are we the ones that you call precious, Lord? Perplexed, we still wonder, what value can an empty clay jar still have once unearthed, especially one that is in pieces? Yet you gather these unrecognizable lost pieces of ourselves as we slowly walk back with you to where it all began, where you told us who you are, Lord, and who we are in you. And here we are in the darkest of nights, feeling so exposed and vulnerable in the coldness of this world. Yet your presence, Lord, warmly ushers us into a peace so surreal that we do not know if we are woke in our own nightmares or dreaming while still sheltered by you. Then day breaks and your sun shines. Indeed, we can truly believe that joy comes in the morning, and your joy is our strength, because you are the unfathomably mighty and profoundly amazing God whose power pieces together the brokenness of our souls. For you restore our emptiness with your perfect wholeness. Though broken in suffering, may the genuineness of the faith that you strengthen these jars with prove more precious than gold itself. Whatever these jars are repurposed for in your house, Lord, may the restored sum of these broken pieces speak of its maker, whose love is whole and cannot be broken, whose grace unearths and does not leave us exposed, whose forgiveness is full and does not leave us empty, whose hand has the power to wipe out nations, yet gently restore us piece by piece back to himself, back to his fullness. Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief.